Hey guys, it's Lazy, and in today's video I want to talk about my Righteous Frost Ritualist character. Yes, this is the AFK Simulacrum setup, but I've now given the name Righteous Frost because I think it deserves the name. This character is extremely tanky, do a lot of damage. I'm running one of my guildmates map right now. This map has like insane rare with insane tankiness and damage. And it has less recovery mods, just basically all the rippy mock that you can kind of come up with because, yeah, the talents are insane. This build also have one of the best visual clarity in the game period because there's absolutely nothing going on your screen beside the monster like skill. Most of our skills are invisible, you're not casting any skill, and you're just kind of walking around and monsters just fall over. So since the last video I have optimized the build a bit more, this is gonna be able to clear all content. You can do all maps, all content that you want. You can still AFK in Simulacrum. Basically, we have enough damage, we have enough tankiness, and just overall an insane build. It's probably your last chance to play this before the next patch because I don't think this one is going to survive the patch. Alright, so I'll try to do this again because I feel like the last time I might have misrepresented it, so people are not getting enough out of the skill. Let me just quickly go over the infinite looping mechanics again. If you want more detail, maybe check out my previous video, but essentially you have Aziri's staff, we have this mirror, and you are going to shoot a frostbolt into this mirror, and then you swap back to the staff if you're on the other weapon set, and then these frostbolts just gonna slam into the mirror, and it's gonna chain into many projectiles, and it's just keep looping because, yeah, it has a return projectiles with the Bridge Lord Almagram. And eventually, when you fill up the screen with a lot of projectiles, these frostbolts are still going like at it, but we just don't see it. You see that the mirror is still getting smashed, and if you cast Frost Wall, it's instantly get destroyed, which means that these frostbolts are currently looping. Alright, now what I didn't really explain well enough last time is how you actually scale the damage of these frostbolts, and the best way to do it is just by showing. So here's how you get the absolute maximum amount of damage out of your frostbolt, and if you are currently playing this build, if you understand how it works, it's gonna do like 10 times the damage. So we have Frost Wall set up right here with Ant Citadel and Combs Magnets, and basically it's to spawn the maximum amount of wall, right? You can see here we spawn maximum amount of wall, and we want to cast our Frostbolt through this wall, right? You see it's going through this wall. I'm casting more wall, and I'm gonna cast more wall when it come back. So by doing that, it snapshot the damage of the Frost Wall because we have in the Frostbolt we have a Verglass support, which going to give us like tons of like damage gain as extra cold, right? So that's the first layer. And then we also have the drill neck as well. So we have a Widow Hill and drill neck set up. So the frost wall is there so that we are able to pierce through tons and tons of frost wall, and therefore we are going to benefit from the drill neck support as well. Alright, so to kind of sum it up, we have two things that we snapshotting. First one is the Verglass support when we destroy the ice crystal wall, and then we have the drill neck, which have damage with hits and crits each time they are pierced, and these snapshots onto the frostbolt, which mean that you have to cast the frostbolt first, and then we casting that and we shoot the frostbolt over. We cast more wall, we're gonna cast more wall so that it returns, it's gonna hit all of that, it's gonna snapshot that, and that's the last time we're going to cast the frostbolt. Now you can take it off your skill bar, or like, you know, if you accidentally cast it, it might just not do as much damage. I don't know if there's like infinite projectiles, but if the mirror get hit by one of these weaker frostbolt, then you're not actually snapshotting anything. So if this loop fail, you have to do it again. Right, so that's kind of like how you kind of scale it. Forget about the damage number here because, yeah. And then we also have Rakiata Flow. A lot of people ask me about scaling the damage and stuff like that. You need to have Rakiata Flow in the setup. It is a must because we don't take any elemental penetration. So if you don't have that, you're probably not going to do as much damage as my setup. Alright, let's talk about one of the best items that I get on this build and how I scale this for like damage and quality of life and stuff like that for this build if you want to take this build into map. So on my previous setup, everything is pretty much the same, except on this setup, I am adding a grip of cooling mark onto this build. This is a really extremely potent setup for this, and it should work a lot better on the Ritualist. Now I'm not sure on other Ascendancy you can kind of run this, but there's two things that's going on this build that's really good. The first thing is the reduced presence area of effect. Presence is an area around your character within like certain effects. Basically, it's this is my character presence, which get reduced because I have a Calendra touch, and then this one reduced my presence area of effect. And the reason why I want this is because for mapping setup, you don't want your presence of area to be too big, because these mirrors just gonna spawn like everywhere. It's hard to go through like a smaller corridor where, you know, the Frostbolt might not hit this and it might like fail to loop. So if you want to loop while you are walking, it is very important for you to reduce your presence area of effect, which I have this on grip of cooling mark, and then I mirror it with calendar touch. I just make it work even better with ingenuity because it gives me even more bonus, and the Ritualist Ascendancy with Mystic Attunement give me 25% increased bonus again as well, which in the end it gives me a very, very small presence, which means that these mirror are practically next to me, and the Frostbolt always return to you, so it's never going to miss this mirror, basically. Right, so that's the one thing that I added to the build, and on top of that, the grip of cooling mark can actually roll some really interesting modifiers. Now, you probably don't want to get exactly this, but on every grip of cooling mark, you can get this one reduced presence area effect. It's always going to be there, and you get 4 other modifiers that you can tech. So what I choose to go for is like probably, I don't know if there's anything on the market right now, but what you want is cooldown recovery rates, and I'll say chaos resistant, but otherwise, yeah, it's really whatever that you are able to get. Damage as extra cool is nice, but the most important one is going to be cooldown recovery rate. And you can see on my current character, I take as many cooldown recovery rate as I can, so the mirror appearance interval is 0.56 seconds. So anything I would say under 0.6 is really nice, because even with less cooldown recovery map, I get to about 0.78, which is still better than my previous setup in the previous video, which is really nice. So I would say go for like a high level of this mirror of refraction. So level 20 is really nice. Level 20 probably get me to 0.51 second, which is like good. But other than that, you know, go for cooldown recovery on here. We have calendar touch, ingenuity, so you get a tons of cooldown recovery rate from here. And then I also have the cooldown recovery rate on my boot as well. You need to socket it with the Ultra Cyrus and basically craft this. My guildmate kind of passed me this boot, but yeah, you would want to have cooldown recovery rate on here. Rarity is like optional. Just go for ES, life, and resistance. And pretty much all my other gears are the same. I also swapped my amulet to have a plus 3 to all spell because I dropped the prism plus 3. I think it was really expensive. And to be honest, even if I don't have this plus 3, I still feel like I'm doing a lot of damage because I just recently swapped to this. And then you want to in your skill tree, right? In your skill tree, what I had over here is radius jewels. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so this has the cooldown recovery rate, which you can get from your you can craft this on with the let me see, the delirious stuff here. Yeah, so ancient liquid envy, and you can kind of craft it on here, and then you take all these notes, and we benefits from the cooldown recovery rate as well. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, at this point, I think the build is like really complete. If you want to min-max it a little bit more, I think Mage Bus setup could be interesting. People can run this with cast on crit, but at this point I feel like the damage is like more than enough on Ritualist. So you would want to play it on a tankier ascendancy, like maybe Chronomancer. Or if you want to go for cast on crit, just go like full damage, then maybe Infernalist where stacking could be interesting. What I would say is that with the way this thing is scaling the damage, you probably want to go for a more tanky setup rather than just like going for more damage, because we have like way enough damage to do anything in the game right now. So yeah, probably your last chance to play this build this patch. But yeah, good luck if you're putting this build together. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and see you in the next video.